All right, do you want to get your sterile processing technician certification and start your career as a sterile processing tech? Well, guess what? You don't need a degree. You also don't need to spend years in school. In fact, you can get your sterile processing technician certification in just 4 to 6 months. That's right, it's possible. And I know what you're thinking. All of this sounds too good to be true. But stick with me till the end, because today I'll give you a step-by-step roadmap for becoming a sterile processing technician and getting your certification. Here's what I'm going to cover: how to get the right training as a sterile tech without big price tags and no student debt, the fastest way to get your sterile processing technician certification in under 6 months, how to stand miles ahead of the competition even as an entry-level sterile processing tech, what's the most in-demand certification for sterile processing techs, and finally, how to get real-life clinical experience even before you start working. Look, this is gonna be an action-packed video. Stick till the end, because I promise by the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to start your dream career as a sterile processing tech. By the way, you're watching Certified Success, and I'm Grant. I'm a known education expert, and I've been featured in tons of publications like Forbes, Bloomberg, and Reader's Digest. My mission is to help busy adults get certified and start the career of their dreams faster without a bunch of student loans or spending years in the classroom. And on this channel, we share tips and tricks that help you do that. So let's get started. Now, the position of a sterile processing tech is vital in a hospital or a healthcare setting. Typically, even for entry-level roles, employers are looking to hire the right candidate. I found that there are 3 critical elements that could help you stand out in the eyes of an employer. Number 1 is certification. You need to get certified as a sterile processing tech. When you're starting your career, you need the Certified Registered Central Service Technician, or CRCST, certification issued by HSPA. It has been seen that this CRCST certification is the most widely accepted in the US. I'll talk more about that in a second. Number 2, a university certificate. In the healthcare industry, where you go to school matters. That's why doctors, surgeons, and nurses want to go to the best ones. And as a sterile processing tech, if you have a university certificate for your training, that could be best for your resume, and it might just tip the scales in your favor. And number 3, experience. Finally, if you have some experience under your belt working in a hospital or a healthcare facility, that can be huge. Now, as an entry-level sterile processing technician, there is one thing that could set you apart: being certified as a sterile processing tech. Being certified is typically regarded as the gold standard. But what does it mean to be certified? There are nationally recognized institutions like the Healthcare Sterile Processing Association, and they conduct an exam for sterile processing techs or central service technicians. Once you clear this exam, you're a certified registered central service technician, and you can proudly state that you hold the CRCST certification on your resume. This is huge, and this is one of the things that sets you apart. The CRCST certification is the most respected and possibly the most in-demand certification for sterile processing techs. The golden recipe for starting your career and setting yourself apart as a sterile processing tech is simple. Get the university certificate for your training, obtain the CRCST certification, and get hands-on clinical experience working as a sterile processing tech. But it all starts with the right training. In order to obtain the nationally recognized CRCST certification and to prepare you for your career, you need the right education. Your education is hands down the most important step towards your journey to be a sterile processing tech. And the key here is enrolling in the right training program. The sad part is so many adults make the wrong choice. And the result, they spend thousands of dollars on their education and go into student loan debt. They spend years driving to classes, wasting both time and money. They enroll in an unaccredited source for their training program, which could be a big red flag in the eyes of an employer. They fail to gain work experience and fail to get a competitive edge over other techs. So why does this happen? Typically, to get trained as a sterile processing tech, here are your options: enrolling in a full-time associate degree program at a university or a certification program at a local community college. These are the options that are generally available, and you've probably considered these options yourself. So should you just go ahead and enroll in one of these programs? Unfortunately, no. There are some major flaws with these traditional programs, and that's why I don't recommend them. However, as I said earlier, the university certificate that you get with these full-time programs is best for your resume. Sadly, this is where the benefits end, and these full-time programs are just not practical. Here's why. Reason number one: big enrollment fees. For a degree program, the tuition can be upwards of $30,000. And for a certification program, the enrollment fee can range from $7,000 to $15,000. That's a big price tag. To afford such a high cost, you may have to rely on student loans. This means even before you start your career, you're under the burden of student debt, and that's not the best way to start your career. Reason number two: long course duration. A degree program takes 2 years to complete, while a certification program will take 1 year to complete. Either way, that's a lot of time that you're spending on your education. And sadly, the curriculum is not designed exclusively for sterile techs. In fact, you're attending so many classes which have nothing to do with sterile processing. With these programs, there's tons of unnecessary electives, and you're putting your life on hold for years. Third, fixed schedules. With these programs, you have to drive to campus multiple times a week, and that's a lot of time when you're attending classes on a schedule. And as an adult, we're busy. We've got responsibilities, kids, schedules, and so much more. It can be challenging to stop everything in our lives and attend weekly scheduled classes. Things can come up, and you might just miss a class. And if you miss a class, you'll likely fall behind. Fall behind too much, and you may have to wait an entire year to retake the entire program again. It's a vicious cycle with these programs and prevents people from finishing their training. And finally, hidden costs. Now, the big costs I mentioned earlier were just the tuition fees. There are hidden costs on top of that. When you take into account the cost of traveling to these classes, gas, parking permits, books, and training material, the figure just goes up. It's ludicrous. Your education can get really expensive. Now, because of these big problems, students wonder, why can't I get on-the-job training? Can't I just skip enrolling in some training program and after gaining some experience, acquire my crcst certification? I don't recommend this. Here's the thing: clinics and hospitals could be reluctant to hire uncertified sterile processing techs who haven't received any formal training. They typically prefer someone who could be trusted with patients and has been certified by recognized institutions and plus has received formal sterile processing training. So formal training is not only needed for your career, but it also helps you prepare for your certification exam. Now, with traditional programs, big price tags, hidden costs, fixed schedules, and long course duration prove to be deal breakers. Well, don't worry, the moment is here, and I'm gonna share my template for the ideal training program for sterile processing techs. Plus, I'll also talk about an affordable training program that checks all the right boxes. A few years ago, I realized that traditional training programs have flaws. So it got me thinking, if I had the luxury of creating a perfect program for sterile processing techs, what would it entail? Well, the first thing is that it should be online and self-paced. The convenience of an online and self-paced program is unbeatable. Scheduled classes don't make sense anymore. You should be able to learn at your own pace from anywhere you want. The second thing is the program needs to be faster. You don't need to study for 2 years to become a sterile processing tech. Ideally, your sterile processing training should only take 4 to 5 months. Thirdly, and this is an important factor, the program needs to be affordable and with an accredited university. You want that big name university certificate for your resume, but you don't want to start your career under the burden of student debt. Finally, and this is a big one, if the program prepares you to be a certified registered central service technician by the HSPA, then that can be game-changing, especially for beginners. I created this template for an ideal sterile processing tech program a few years ago, and at that time I thought, How many lives could possibly change if a program like this actually existed? Well, guess what? A program like this does exist. We actually created it. It took some time, but it has everything I just said, plus a lot more. I'm talking about Preppy's Sterile Processing Technician Certification Program. This program is designed to help you get job ready as a sterile processing tech in the next few months. Here's everything you get with Preppy's Sterile Processing Technician Program. 100% online and self-paced. With Preppy, you get complete freedom from boring classrooms. The program is 100% online. You can learn on the couch at night or in your favorite coffee shop. The program is also self-paced, so you can get your training according to your schedule and comfort. No more driving to classes multiple times a week and no more additional expenses. Once you enroll, you get instant access to all the training material, which includes interactive lessons, presentations, and exercises. Inside the program, you'll learn medical terminology and anatomy, decontamination and sterilization procedures for surgical instruments, processing, cleaning, and testing movable patient care equipment, the roles in a central sterile service department, infection prevention processes, health and safety regulations, and so much more. Our program is holistic and interactive, giving you the right sterile processing training. And the best thing? You can start your training right now within minutes. Next, it's faster. Preppy's program is self-paced, meaning you can complete the program in as little as 4 months. That's right, you can be done with sterile processing school in just 4 months, not years like other programs. Months. Time is money, and the faster you get through your training, the faster you can start towards your career. The Preppy course curriculum is designed exclusively for sterile processing techs with no fluff, no extra information, and no unnecessary classes. In partnership with an accredited university. In the beginning, I discussed why having a university certificate could be huge for your resume. Preppy's program is in partnership with a reputable, top-ranked, nonprofit accredited university. When you complete your training program, you get a certificate of completion in sterile processing from this accredited university. Think about how proud you'll be of yourself when your coworkers see that certificate hanging on the wall in your office. This could be huge for your career growth in healthcare. With Preppy, your online training program is through this well-known accredited university. And as I emphasized earlier, employers could love that. And still, it's 100% online. That is huge. Prepares you to be certified. And that's not all. With Preppy's Sterile Processing Tech Certification Program, you get all the skills to crush the certification exams and be a certified Registered Central Service Technician, or crcst by HSPA. And as I said, this can be game-changing. Hospitals and healthcare facilities want sterile processing techs who can be trusted, who know the ins and outs, and who can assist in ensuring a sterile environment. If you're certified, that tells them that you meet these industry standards and that you're someone they could trust and rely on, as you've been tested and certified by this nationally recognized institution. After completing your training with Preppy, you can apply and sit for your certification exam to get that awesome crcst title after your name. Externship opportunity included. Preppy also takes care of the hands-on experience part, as an externship is also included with the program. With this externship, you get to feel what it's like working at a local hospital or a healthcare facility. With online programs, you miss out on the hands-on experience, and you have to arrange for an externship or internship on your own. That's a lot of time and proves to be a headache. With Preppy, everything's taken care of, and your externship will be arranged when you finish the program. With this externship, you get valuable hands-on clinical experience, and you can cite this externship experience on your resume. Externships are incredibly valuable, and with Preppy, you get that. So to summarize, online sterile processing training, university certificate, ready for national certification exams, and an externship for real-life clinical experience. With Preppy, we check all the boxes. You're job ready as a sterile processing technician within just a few months. If you want to stand apart as an entry-level sterile processing technician, with Preppy, you have everything you need to do just that. Everything I said is included in Preppy's Sterile Processing Technician program. Now, how much does it cost? As I stressed earlier, your training shouldn't put you under the burden of student debt. And Preppy is insanely affordable. Everything I talked about is included. Everything you would want in a sterile processing program, Preppy takes care of it, and at an insanely low price. You can also enroll using payment plans as well. If you want to enroll, click on the link in the description below the like button. Preppy's programs are loved by students across the country, like Emily, who was working as a receptionist in a doctor's office. She signed up with Preppy and was able to start her new career. She said, "The top 3 things I loved about Preppy are being able to pace yourself and actually learning and understanding the material, the opportunity to participate in an externship after completing the course, and the cost of the program is very affordable. I would recommend Preppy to anyone who's interested in getting certified for a new career." Or Tasha Lanima, who completed the Preppy program, got certified, and with her externship lined up, here's what she said. "I'll be starting my externship next week, with the possibility of being hired afterward. I'm super excited about this, and I really enjoyed the Preppy course." With Preppy, you're on track to start your career as a sterile processing tech faster and without student debt. Once again, Preppy's program is 100% online and self-paced, in partnership with a well-known accredited university. It prepares you to be a certified registered central service technician. Externship opportunity is included, and our program is insanely affordable. So if you want to become a sterile processing tech, you could get your training with Preppy's certification program and start towards your career in the next few months. Click on the link below to check out our program and enroll today. I hope today's video was helpful. If you like the content, go ahead and press the like and subscribe button. We really try to post a lot of interesting content to help people reach their goals and start towards their dream careers. This is Grant, signing off.